Back home in Indiana, the sentimental theme song for a hair-raising American ritual. This is the story of the private struggle of one of its heroes.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
On the pole, the car on the front row inside starts the race. With 30 cars behind, a $100,000 prize ahead, and in the cockpit, the excitement and dreams of glory that only a great racing driver can know, as he leads off the Indianapolis 500-mile race from the pole position.
Down to the infield, all the way through the infield, and the yellow flag is coming out as Eddie Sachs tried to get outside Jim Rathman and lost control, spun down into the infield.
As I took the 1,000-foot slide last year, I slid for approximately 600 feet before I even started thinking. I didn't realize it was going to be that close.
1 year later, Eddie Sachs has won the pole position by driving 146 miles per hour in this year's qualifying heats, faster than any man in Speedway history. 2 days before the race, Eddie is already wound up for the most exciting moment of his life.
When I have the pole position, I have the advantageous position to start the race. I'm on the inside. Any driver that wants to beat me has to beat me through daring and cunning. I have the best position for the start. Also, I'm right up front. I don't have to pass a lot of cars. I've got clear, open racetrack in front of me. I can set sail, and it's up to me. I can go as fast as I want to go. I can go out of this world if I want to go out of this world. I don't want to go out of this world, but I'm going to try to push it to the point that I win this 500-mile classic, and I can emerge an Indianapolis winner. The greatest and the most wonderful thing that can possibly happen to the career of a racing driver.
We have the man here, one of the greatest of all the race drivers. I'm going to introduce him. I know you'd like to meet him, and perhaps if we give him enough applause, we can get him out here to say a word or two. This, of course, is the man who has the pole position, Eddie Sachs. Let's say hello to him. Eddie, come on out here. Eddie Sachs. Eddie, how's it going to go Monday?
I don't know. It's going to go in the victor's circle, I hope. Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much.
On the pole for the 44th running of the 500-mile race this year is all of our good friend Eddie Sachs. Eddie, it's a real pleasure to present you the Bold Steel Fast Trophy, as you so well deserved and earned.
Well, thank you very much. It also has Dean Van Lyne's special written right on it. Fastest movers in the world.
Boy, golly.
Gentlemen, you represent the 33 greatest drivers in this nation.
You go into the turn, you never move your hands any further than here. Between here and here. And you never move your hands on the steering wheel. You never overlock and things like that. As you go into the turn, I lift my foot from the gas. And right in the middle of the turn, right perfectly in the middle of the turn, I punch the throttle all the way to the floor. And just as I hit it all the way to the floor, it forces the car to plunge forward. It makes the rear wheels react so quickly from the power that they spin a little bit. And as they spin, they want to slide. The car wants to go into a slide. And as that feeling comes up through the car, I go like that to the steering wheel, and as I do that, the front wheels also snap their traction loose from the track, and they go into a slide, and the car is then in a four-wheel slide with the front wheels actually turned. In other words, if this would be a straight line, the front wheels would be turned like that, and yet the car would be going right straight ahead, right for the wall. In a four-wheel drift, and the rear end is hanging out just a little bit, and the front wheels are turned. It looks like the front end is just going to smash against the wall. All of a sudden, I just go like that. And as I go like that, the front wheels straighten out, and the rear wheels just drive me straight ahead. And the car lunges right straight ahead and goes down right along the wall. I'm going 145, 150, 155, 60, 65, 175, and as I'm gaining up that speed, the car starts to wander a little bit. The air currents, just normal air currents, little wind current or heavy wind current, picked the car up and started floating. And the faster I get going, the more floating it starts to do. And I try to stay away from the guardrail on the back straightaway because I might be right close to the guardrail and all of a sudden get picked up and hit it. So I move away from it. And I run away from the guardrail all the way down until I'm ready to go in. And just as I'm ready to go in the turn, I go over to the guardrail and I do the exact same thing again. And as soon as I look back, I let go of the steering wheel completely. I realize I'm taking a horrible chance. And I just relax both hands real quick, and I grab that steering wheel because I hit the bricks. And as I hit the bricks, the car starts to go, boy, and it bounces down those bricks, and the wheels get, my front wheels are, boy, they're going down that racetrack, and you can't even watch them. They get vibrating so bad. The rear wheels get to vibrating and coming up through the seat, and the steering wheel shakes, and the bricks are real rough, and your eyeballs, for about a city block and a half, for the first couple of laps, your eyeballs get to moving, and your whole body gets to shaking, and you have trouble. Well, it doesn't take you long, and it isn't unsafe. It isn't unsafe.
Do you think Eddie looks to be nervous? He hasn't been getting enough rest, and that's one thing I wish he'd get more of when he's driving, especially this race. It's been wearing him down, and it's highly noticeable. In fact, I think that's why he said he was nervous.
Eddie's wife, Nancy Sachs, waits at a motel swimming pool near the Speedway at Indianapolis. While crowds of children play around her, she remembers Eddie's crashes, dark memories that return even on a sunny day.
When Eddie was badly injured, it was just across the street here at the 16th Street Speedway. His car went off of the fourth turn, and he flew out into the service station area instead of the racetrack. He had part of his face removed, and his eyelid, and the back of his ear, and the side of his nose. But I always say, if you have to get hurt in Indianapolis, because there's hardly a person that knows that most of his face on the side is plastic surgery. In fact, they even put little tiny holes in his eyelids so eyelashes would grow. I think that's a wonderful thing.
And here we go, out onto to my fabulous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Right out onto the track. We're on the track, and I just love every bit of this. This is the greatest place in the world. Absolutely the greatest place in the world. I've been every major race course in this country, and there isn't anything like this one. Thrills, excitement, grandeur, prestige. There's that big concrete wall that I was telling you about. This is where you drop into the number 2 turn, and we drop down, 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 and as we hit the white line, we start back out again, and we aim sort of just like this at the wall. Just as we get there, we whip straight. If we're unfortunate enough to have an accident right in the groove of the racetrack, I never try to dodge it. I aim my car right at the accident, my theory being that when I arrive to that point, that they will be in another point on the racetrack. Takes different type of people to drive racing cars. And it doesn't take an idiot. An idiot would only last for about one lap and he'd kill himself. I guess my whole heart is right here. My whole heart, just everything I've ever dreamed of, everything I've ever wanted, is right inside of these two concrete walls.
We're following. Car owners, chief mechanics, and drivers report to the USAC office immediately. Eddie Sachs, Jim Rasmussen,
A 7-point stone and a 10-point stone. And this particular bracelet is sterling silver.
This is a 14-karat gold bracelet.
Oh, this is a 14-karat gold bracelet. I'm trying to give her an anniversary present that will be equal to my feelings of elation, because I'm sure I'm going to win the race, and I want her to have something extra out of it, too.
Just let's stretch your imagination and supposing something would happen to the full car.
A meeting of the leading drivers. Here, Roger Ward, last year's winner. Eddie is late. The track steward pleads with drivers to slow down for crash crews clearing wrecks off the track.
Conditions ahead. Slow down immediately to a reasonable pace to be set by the leader of the race. Now, let's get the thing down where we're somewhere in hand. I'm not going to get you down to 90 miles an hour or anything like that. But use some judgment. These people that are working on these wrecks and things, well, you can't get them to go out there.
At the garage, with Eddie, the owner of his car, Al Dean. Eddie's mechanic, Clint Bronner, man with a problem.
Exactly what was wrong with the other one.
The problem? Eddie's engine blew up on a practice run after the qualifying heats. A failure like this in a race would be disastrous. Everyone is worried and wants to know why it happened.
That just absolutely cut it off.
The wall contracted out that way, and that's where it takes.
The wall contracted. The coldness, the wall contracted. The piston was hot and expanded and started working up and down. You have any idea what caused it?
Well, I think you took out a fist too fast and didn't even up the temperature in the engine. I think you cooled the water temperature down too quick, and it cooled the cylinder wall down faster than the piston cooled down, and naturally it seized up.
Okay, well, it's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
I'm glad I know that.
I think
I get out of your way.
It'll be a long night for Clint, rebuilding the engine and reassembling the car, which has been stripped down to its frame.
Boy, that's a kill old Frank, man. You'll see us, you'll think that when that bird won't get on TV. We go first class, we go.
These people are going in first. That's that. You look at all these trucks and cars, and this is nothing. This is a thimble. That's not even a thimble. This isn't even the start of what it's going to be like just 12 hours from now. It'll be, my God, it'll be the most amazing thing you've ever seen. There'll be 7 and 8 rows of cars for miles and miles at this one gate alone. Now, I think there's 12 gates around this track.
So, we better get busy and make an engine that'll stay together. He was getting a little tired about 3 o'clock tonight, and that's when we were really. It's worth it to do it now than to take a chance on a falling out race.
Dawn of the last day before the race, when machines, crews, and the nerves of drivers go through their last trials before the big event. After a long night's work, exhausted mechanics get new inspiration for developing their muscles.
Here comes Debbie in a minute, Ernie. Huh? There she is, man. Hey, Joe. Whoa! Hurry up, Hunter. Come and see Debbie. That's enough. Won't get any more tired today.
That underlie the bus. But if you'll notice, Barbara,
How are you supposed to do your work done with this kind of stuff going on?
muscles that you never moved before. And so you develop those muscles, and that increases your bust. I wanted to tell you so you know what to expect. Big circles, and tighten your tummy. Make big circles, and circles, and circles, and circles. Next, you feel like you're really making progress, doesn't it? Now let's do both legs.
9. Number 7.
Number 7. I gotta go to practice. I gotta go to learn this.
Eddie has breakfast with one of his fiercest competitors, Jim Rathman, who will start next to him on the pole. His rival helps him with his homework by testing his knowledge of the other cars in the race. A quiz that turns into a tough trial for Eddie.
Is it in the black car, 76?
Number 73.
73. Oh, I got it.
It's a maroon colored car.
Maroon colored car. All right.
Red Emic.
Red Amic is in a red, white, and blue car.
What number?
28.
27.
27.
Foyt.
A.J. Foyt's in car number 5, black and white.
How about Lloyd Ruby?
Lloyd Ruby's in blue and yellow and white. Yellow and white, 98.
Yellow and white. It's all maroon.
Is it all maroon?
How about Eddie Sachs?
No, wait a minute. I can't figure out. Car number 6. Number 6.
Well, Ed's got the best spot. I mean, if we all run together right down the corner, everybody's got to give way for him. Anybody else, we have to find a hole someplace else.
I've got in other words, the groove of the racetrack belongs to me. I earned that by sitting on the pole. Actually, if we hit the turn side by side, Jim will give a little and let me have the position. Won't you?
I don't know.
Well, now, wait a minute. Okay, aren't you fellas going to let me lead the first lap just because of tradition?
That I don't know.
I don't know.
If your car's quick enough, you will.
If my car's
I'll tell you who
quick enough.
somebody else is going to. I was telling you Troy this morning. Troy's going to plan on leading that dude from the word go.
Most likely all three of us would lift our foot and give way to each other because all three of us want to stay alive and all three of us want to finish the race.
Just wanted to run in a few engine laps, that's all. The only way I'm going to find out whether this engine is going to run is a fresh engine. I'm trying to lengthen this thing just a little bit.
Eddie gets a last chance to try out Clint's rebuilt engine, the crews will get a last chance to see if they can change 4 tires in 18 seconds. There'll be 3 or 4 pit stops in the race, and slow tire changes could lose for Eddie.
Okay, let's go. Wipe that magnesium out of the wheel. Put that nut back.
That was 40 seconds. Disastrous. And everybody has ideas about how to speed it up.
Jump up. You don't even have to jump over that. Well, it don't take me no time to go over the wall. Yeah, I ain't the one that's slow on this. You can stand on top of the wall, for that matter, and jump. So let's try it once by just him working the air and watching. You can move out of the way, sir. Now, wait a minute. There you are. That's all right. You don't have to move out of the way. The people are wonderful, but they forget that there was 80,000 ahead of them. They're really wonderful. Just once more. Oh, just me. Just me. Drive you nuts. And they're wonderful. They're wonderful people. Well, they're all keyed up. Their imagination has been rapidly advanced to the point that they're within moments of the start. And yet, it's 24 hours away or so, and yet the fans are, the green flag's going to drop in 10 minutes, and they just got to shake everybody's hand, and they got to shake your hand, and the crowd's even small right now. Tomorrow morning, it's fantastic. Oh, it's something close to 20 hours from now to the start of the race, and I'm getting tremendously tensed up, and I'm getting excited inside. My system's getting nervous. I'm going to the men's room every hour. I can't control my system. I'm just getting tremendously excited and nervous, and the anticipation waiting for the start of this event. It's just once a year. One big chance, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of finishing my work now and getting some rest and coming out here and putting my helmet and my goggles on and going fast. And it's not too far away, and I've never been this nervous before, and I want to do so well. I've never thought I'd win the race before until now.
Why would I retire after winning? Quite frankly, it's a very dangerous profession. The percentages are heavily against us. If I win the race, I will have achieved what I started out to do. I will have achieved being the Indianapolis winner. I'll quit, and I'll go start a new life for myself, and I'll establish some type of a goal or something to do. I don't even know where I'll go or what I'll do. I don't even know how much I'll miss driving racing cars. I don't know how much it'll mean to me. Maybe it'll tear me apart so badly that maybe I'll have to resume driving race cars again someday. If I would continue in activity, I would spend a year making a lot of money, making a lot of friends. And all of a sudden, if I didn't win the race again next year, I would become a has-been. Actually, a has-been.
welding at the last minute. Roger Ward's mechanics have discovered a crack in his frame. Clint inspects for cracks in Eddie's frame.
All that's catching all that weight there. Shock.
Will you have time to fix it?
Yeah, they're fixing it now. This one seems to be all right.
Souvenirs. Thank you.
Official program. Program. Official program. People building these scaffolding and these enormous skyscrapers they build up right in the infield to watch the race. And I've just known that they're there. I've never seen them. When I get behind the wheel of that race car, I drive that race car.
What were you checking there?
Put the tank on? Yeah, go ahead. If it's ready, why, check everything to make it not going to fall off back there. Because this is it.
It'll be the greatest thing people never dreamed of anything like this anywhere in the world. It's going to make Rome look sick.
Thank you, Clint. Okay. Curiosity is now satisfied.
Give you a couple of jokes.
Apparently found a very good hiding place. The fastest man to ever hit the speedway. Jim Hurtubise. Jim, how are you this morning?
I feel real good this morning.
You like putting away a hearty breakfast?
Well, usual breakfast, bacon. All you fellas really must have nerves tonight. Just the Bobby, you've done a wonderful job up to now. We want to wish you the best of luck in the days ahead.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Clint.
Good night's sleep.
An excellent night's sleep.
The report I got. Big breakfast?
No, nothing. I tried to go to Mass this morning. Do you know that the idea is that you just can't do everything. Since goggles fit so close to your eyes, it isn't necessary to have all of that big vision area. And also, I'm only looking in one direction. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm not interested in what's happening around me, or I'm not interested in sightseeing. I'm interested in the race car and the racetrack and what's happening out there.
Yeah, go get the stick.
Minutes from the start, Clint begins to wonder if Eddie has enough gas.
No, we're getting 3-something. 3.5. Yeah. So 3.5. You're going to get 40, at least 40 laps somewhere in. And we should have a little left. Maybe we better push down and give a little. Well, the way he drives, it doesn't seem like it made that much difference. So let's roll down and get a little.
The crew rushes the car back for an extra 5 gallons.
homage to those individuals who have given their lives unafraid to make it possible for us to witness the world's greatest sporting event.
And back home again in Indiana, thrilling us all.
There we go, get ready for. Gentlemen, start your engine.
Pace car is leading the starting line. The first 4 rows are away. The first 5 rows are away. First 6 rows are away. And all 33 are moving. All 33 are on the track and moving. The pace lap is now underway. The first time around, it will be a parade lap. The second time around, the green flag will go out and the race will be underway. Beautiful speed creation now going down the stretch. This is is an opportunity for all of you race fans to get a good look at them. And in your hearts, wish them well. As the 500-mile race will get underway. Eddie Sachs on the pole will lead the field across the starting line in a matter of seconds now. Thanks for coming, and we know that you will enjoy this speed event. Dr. William Franklin and Dr. Hugh Williams at the field office. Here they are, coming out of the number 4 turn. Coming out of the 4th turn and onto the straightaway. Roger Ward being challenged by Eddie Sachs now. Eddie Sachs right alongside. Sachs has taken the lead. Jim Rathman is third. Jim Rathman is third. Eddie Sachs took the lead this time around. Eddie Sachs moved past Roger Ward on the main straightaway. And that first one. Unofficially, the speed about 137.5 miles an hour. Eddie Sachs still leading. Eddie Sachs in car number 6 out in front. Roger Ward right behind him. Eddie Sachs leading. The first lap speed was 138.058 miles an hour. 1 minute 5 and 1900 seconds. The leader was Ward at the end of the first lap. Eddie Sachs has the lead now. And Ward and Sachs still moving, going down the straightaway. Look at him. And the speed went up considerably on lap number 2 at the end of 5 miles. The speed, 140.089 miles an hour. A new track record, 140.089 miles an hour. Eddie Sachs is the leader. Driven by Tony Benhouse. Keep an eye on him. He's moving up through the field very rapidly. He's going over 144 miles an hour.
We'll make this 3
is coming into the pit area. Eddie Sachs is coming into the pit. Your leader is in the pit, Eddie Sachs. Terrific pace today. And a terrific duel going on for second place. Eddie Sachs. That number one turn. That's coming inside. That number one turn.
Comes out of that turn from where we're at here. I'll do this.
Eddie Sachs now leading Jim Rathman. Really putting on a battle for second place out there.
Jim Rathman has passed Eddie.
Him, he's on position one with a 22nd lead.
Eddie is falling back. Eddie's coming into the pit early. Tires are changed, but the crew is still working on the car. Clint is working on the steering.
Frantically getting that starter back into place. Let's go.
That pit stop cost Eddie 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
Johnson in 8th, Sachs in 9th position, and Don Branson in 10th position.
driving furiously. From 9th to 8th to 7th place, Eddie passes again. He's in 5th place and gaining on the leaders. Something's wrong. Eddie's dropping back.
One more lap.
Eddie Sachs is coming into the pit area.
The engine is smoking badly. Clint frantically tries to adjust the steering.
Operate now. They'll make a very fast check of that engine and try to get him out on the track just as quickly as possible. That's what we've had it.
Steering failure, a broken piston, the same one that blew on the practice lap, and the end of the race for Eddie.
I would have missed it anyway.
We don't even know. The steering was binding up. In other words, as I'd approach the turns, the steering would lock. Then I would not lock dead, but it would lock to the point that I would have to use force since it would turn too quickly. Then I'd have to catch it. And finally, it was too much, and I came in. And it isn't the chief mechanic's fault.
Look at him go! Roger Ward finishing in number 2 position, Jim Rathman in the number 1 position.
He is doing the honors of congratulating him and saluting him. And now Jim in his blue uniform, everybody seems to like everybody in the racing fraternity is congratulating Jim Rathman, who has been a bridesmaid at the 500 a long time, and this victory was a long time in coming. And now here's Mrs. Rathman. What do you think about all this, Mrs. Rathman?
Oh, I think it's too good to believe.
Well, congratulations, Jim, and you're a very popular winner this year. Did you see all those people getting up and cheering as you came in victory lane?
Yes, I did.
Are you more tired than you were in the other race?
No, not too bad.
Could you go another race today?
Well, I think if we had to, yes.
What were you thinking about the last 5 laps, Jim?
I was thinking that Roger Ward had a little more steam than what I did.
Thank you very much, Jim Rathman.
And I want to thank every one of them. They really make me feel good. Thank you.
Now running short, and I can't go to read all the prizes and accessories to the car owners and accessories, but there's a cash award there. I haven't got my glasses on, but I'm sure that you'll find that it's at least $110,000 plus so many other things. But right now, I know everybody wants to hear a word from you, the champion.
This is Mr. Eddie Sachs. I have a telephone call from Eddie Sachs.
Business for Eddie. His next race will be in Milwaukee. He and Nancy breakfast with a friend before driving on.
Rathman gave away to me in the first turn.
Well, Roger Ward had a little more steam than both of us, and he sawed us both off going into the first corner.
And when he says saw us off, just like I mentioned, this was Roger out here on the outside, and he drove down against Jim and forced Jim down. And I had a quick point. I guess I could have stayed there, and maybe Jim would have punched the brake and something or other and got behind us. But instead of me taking that kind of a chance, that's why I shot down low. Now, you know I never run below the white line at all. And I went all the way down on the inside the track and punched the brake because I didn't want to be part of any wreck. Why, Jim, during the race, I thought that you were going so darn fast. And were you cheating? Were you taking shortcuts or anything?
As little as I could.
Bye, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
Bye.
Being a winner.
He's usually very quiet, and he doesn't like to do any kind of public speaking. He's going to have to change his mind the rest of the year.
Eddie's dreams of glory, his daring, his tears and moments of defeat. These are the life of a racing driver. A life that victory would have ended.
Well, kid, we won't get a chance to retire like we thought. We have to race for another year.
Would have kind of missed it anyway, wouldn't you? Yeah. I would have. What would we have done all summer?
You know darn well that if you can lead the race, you can win the race.